My name is Taylor Darcy. Excuse me. My voice does this every time I start. I don't know why. I am a California licensed attorney, and I am coming to you live to talk to you about one thing that I have seen repeatedly that will help you get more clients, more customers, more business in general. So it's not that complicated, but I feel like it gets overlooked. And here's the reason. People are in such a hurry to make money, and certainly in this down economy, the unemployment, everything that's going on with COVID-19, there's a lot of stress and a lot of uncertainty and pain. And the issue becomes, how do you get through when there's a lot of noise surrounding you? And this one secret, I know it's not really a secret, okay? I'll be honest with you there. It's not a secret, but it's a technique. People will do business with and hire people that they know, like, and trust. What does that mean for you? If you are a small business owner, then helping people get to know you, like you, or trust you is what will help your business specifically. I get pitched 3, 4, and 5 times a day. People are constantly looking to sell me services. And that's not bad, except for I don't know them. I don't know that they'll deliver a good service. I don't trust them yet, especially since, they're asking for money out of my wallet. Well, the problem is that if you are asking too soon, then you're going to miss all your sales. It's very simple, because you haven't earned the right to ask me for money. That's it. So I'll give you a great, for instance. I get my hair cut at Sports Clips when you can get your hair cut. And one of the things that I love is their MVP, because it's just a few minutes. You get a hair wash, you get a vibrating chair, a scalp massage, you get a little vibration on your shoulders. It makes me feel better, not just a haircut, right? And it feels like they're going extra mile for me. And so as I've developed these relationships with my person who cuts my hair, then I continue to do business with them. But if you're talking about, like, for instance, I went and got my hair cut at a barber. And I'll be honest with you, the haircut at the barber, and this obviously was when the economy was still open, was a better haircut. Like, hands down, a better haircut. But the gentleman that cut my hair didn't talk to me the whole time. All he did was cut my hair. Which, in some people, that's enough. Like, they don't care. They don't want someone to take the time and get to know them. All they want is to get their haircut. And there's nothing wrong with that. But for the most of us, most people that get their haircut, if you're getting your haircut, you're getting it because not only do you need the haircut, but because you like the people that are cutting your hair. And so the people that cut my hair at the Cosmetol at Sports Clips, they will make conversation. Ask me about my day. Ask me about what I do. Ask me about my kids. Ask me about my hair. They engage me. They make me feel like they're giving me their undivided attention. Contrast that with the barber. Better haircut. But he was too busy paying attention to other things. There's a TV on, which was true in sports clips too, but they aren't paying attention to the TV. They're paying attention to me. I'm paying attention to the TV, or I'm engaging them with their what they're asking. So, the contrast that with the barber who does a better job, but I don't know him. I talk to him for like 2 seconds. I get up. And so what ends up happening is guess who I'm going to get my hair cut by? Sports clips. Straight up, simple. Even though they don't do quite as well of a job, I'll take a not as good of a job with someone that I like and trust than with someone who I don't like and don't trust. Okay? Now, that also means that anything you can do to build, like, know, and trust is where you should invest your money, right? Cold calling, yeah, works occasionally. Cold emailing, cold LinkedIn. I get so much LinkedIn, 4 and 5 people trying to connect with me, and then they sell me. Or my personal favorite is I'll get a friend request from somebody on Facebook, and not more than 2 minutes later will I get them asking them to like their page. I don't know anything about them. How can I like something that I don't know anything about? Versus, I have a guy who he works for New York Life. His name's Alex. Alex, if you watch this, I'm giving you a shout out. He's gotten to know me. He's never once asked for my business. Never. He's always been there. And so when I discuss things, when I ask him, when I have clients that might need his assistance, I know that I can reach out to him and not feel like that I'm gonna get sold on something or that he's gonna hard sell me. Most people don't like the hard sell, right? Because it makes them feel manipulated. Once upon a time when I was a lot younger, I sold cars. I hated it. It was terrible because the amount of manipulation that went into to trying to get me to sell someone on a car was just absurd. And you know it. You've all been there. Oh, you need this, or you need this car, or this car fits, or trying to get you into the car that's the most profitable, not the one that is right for you. So, those hard sale tactics in this world aren't as useful because we've grown a thicker skin. Social media, we're constantly seeing ads for things. And if you think about it, all of those ads are selling a life, a type of life. Like when they sell Coca-Cola to you. Now, I'm not endorsing Coca-Cola. I'm just using them as a for instance. When they're selling Coca-Cola to you, they're not selling you the drink. They're not putting up a can and giving you the features and benefits of that can of Coke, right? They're showing people doing activities, going to sports events, or snowboarding, or skiing, or something of that nature that shows the person drinking the Coca-Cola. And so you think, in your mind, you associate with them that if I drink a Coca-Cola, I might get that lifestyle too. Now, we all know in our heart of hearts that's not real, okay? But that doesn't mean that we are not still somewhat persuaded. So when we're out looking for a drink, assuming you're not completely opposed to Coca-Cola for whatever reason, then that's the drink that you're going to gravitate towards. You're going to want to drink Coca-Cola because, they've planted that seed. So what are you doing as a small business owner or a business owner, an independent consultant that is helping people know you, like you, and trust you? And I'll give you a great example. Are you using a Gmail address or a Yahoo address or an AOL address. If you are, and you are a small business owner or a business owner in general, you are hurting your business because it is hard. There's a couple of reasons. First of all, security on the free stuff is non-existent. Okay, not comparatively. And then have you ever noticed the ads that you get are based on the emails that you're entering? Well, Gmail and these companies use those emails as a way to market to you. So who's the product? Okay. As opposed to if you use a domain, so say at Microsoft or Mike at, for mine it's sdcorporatelawfirm.com. If you're using those things, there's a couple of things that happen. Number one, you look more professional. Number two, you're building your brand. You're building your trust. You're seeing every time someone types your name in, they're associating more in your mind with their know, like, and trust, right? They're getting to know you. They're getting to know your company. Another way that you can build your know, like, or trust with somebody is by being on time. Being and doing the things that you say that you're going to do when you say you're going to do them. And this is hard sometimes because lots of things pop up. You'll be on the phone call and then somebody else will call and then you're struggling to figure out your next step, and then you'll get an email that you have to respond to right away. But I would challenge you to find a way to build that relationship so that when people email you, they can trust that you're going to get back to them, right? In a timely fashion. It does not have to be, contrary to our weird on-demand scenario right now, it does not have to be immediate. Okay. Most people expect an email within 2 days. That's it. 2 days is reasonable. Unless you have a different reason or a different thing, an emergent thing, then by all means, get back to people as quickly as possible. But if it's normal business, most business owners are not expecting something immediate. Okay. Another thing is using something other than your cell phone for phone calls. What do I mean by that? People can tell the difference between someone on a cell phone and someone that's on a business line, a landline, VoIP, whatever. Now, I'm not saying you can't ever talk to your client via cell phone. I'm talking about the majority of your communications should come through clearly, cleanly, and with as little interruption as possible. What do I mean by that? When you get on a phone, silence your phone. Don't answer your phone. Let people know that you, in that moment, that person is the most important person in your life. Like, I mean, outside of your kids and your family, obviously, right? Besides your wife and your kids, in that moment, when you're on that phone, you're paying attention to that client, and that's it. No emails, no texts, no anything else, right? Don't become distracted, right? If you have to mute your watch, mute your phone, mute your iPad, mute your computer, mute your whatever it may be, mute as much as possible so that that person can get to know you. All right. So we've talked about things that you can do to build your know, like, and trust, right? And it's having a good email address. It's having a good phone, okay? It's responding to emails in a reasonable, timely fashion. Now, the next thing, and this is probably the most important thing. So whatever you're doing right now, stop. If you haven't been paying attention, I want you to stop right now. And this is probably the most important part to build a good relationship with something or someone. If you make a mistake, I know this is going to sound crazy. If you make a mistake, say you're sorry. Apologize. Make it right. I have had so many good companies that have ruined a relationship with me, personally and with others, simply because they wouldn't admit that they did something wrong. Now, I'm not suggesting that you admit that, you did something illegal or if there was, anything of that nature. I'm not talking about, spending the, saying you're sorry for something that you didn't do. But if there's a way that you can talk to your client or customer and apologize in a way that will build that relationship, right? Make them a client for life. I can't tell you how many times that I've had people that were that made a mistake. A company screwed up, and rather than apologizing, they dug their heels in and they refused to apologize, and it got bad. And I will never do business with them again. Not because their service or product wasn't good, because I don't tend to buy bad stuff, but because they didn't say they were sorry. So that it's a great opportunity to build that relationship. You know what? What does FAIL stand for? First attempt in learning, right? So when your business fails, right, you make a mistake, which you're going to make a mistake. That's just a fact, okay? Apologize and do what it takes to make it right. Help them to understand that that's not how you normally do business, right? That's not your normal course of business. Your normal business is here, and you made a mistake, and you're right here. Most people will understand that. Most people will give you the benefit of the doubt because they're human. They make mistakes. They didn't, you didn't do it intentionally most of the time, right? So saying you're sorry will do the most to build trust that you can do. All right. So I told you about, here are the things that you can do. The secret is building your know, like, and trust. Now I'm telling you what you shouldn't do. Here's what you shouldn't do. Are you ready? It's pretty simple. Don't sell. I know, it's crazy. Nobody likes getting sold to, especially when we're getting pitched all the time, right? How many ads do you see on Facebook? How many people are reaching out to you to try to get you to buy from them? But you haven't built any type of relationship with them. So the best thing you can do is don't make the mistake of selling too soon. There are times when you should sell, okay? So, but most of the time, you should be providing value, number one. And number two, you should be building relationships, okay? Like when you go to a networking event, are you there just to get cards or are you there to build a relationship? If you're not there to build a relationship, don't go. One of the whole purposes of me doing these lives is to build a relationship with my potential clients or my clients, right? So I go live as a way to help build this relationship so that you know me, so that you can trust me, so that when it comes time to make a decision, you will know that I have sound judgment behind me. So that's should be your goal of going to networking events, not just to get a business card so that you can put them in your email autoresponder and then annoy the crap out of them with an email for the rest of their lives or until they unsubscribe. The fastest way to get me to unsubscribe to something is when you annoy me, right? If I get an email every blessed day trying to sell me on your service and we've talked for 5 minutes at a networking event and I don't know you from anything, guess what? I'm unsubscribing, right? And you just lost me. As opposed to, and here's the difference, if you are constantly giving me, ideas and tips and help in your area of specialty, and you're giving me something of value, okay, not just like junk, right? Not worthlessness. If you're actually giving me value, then, oh man, who am I going to sign up with? I'm going to sign up with the company that I already trust or know or like, right? I mean, you go to Walmart because you can trust that they're going to have the lowest prices, not because you necessarily like them, but you can trust that their prices are going to be pretty dang good. You go to Target because you like them, because their stores are cleaner. I mean, unfortunately, the truth is Walmart isn't as clean. Their staff isn't as helpful. You basically, if there's something going on, you have to go find it yourself. Asking them is almost pointless. Target, you go there and the stores are clean. The carts work. They don't drag, right? They don't make your life more difficult. They don't annoy you, right? The Target carts are better. I know that sounds funny, and only if you're really a parent or you shop at these different stores a lot can you appreciate these things. But the truth is, having an annoying cart while you're shopping hurts you, right? So you go to Walmart in order to save money. You go to Target because you want to go shopping and because you enjoy the experience more, okay? And there's other stores like Nordstrom's that make shopping amazing, that are absolutely fun because they go above and beyond, right? Who do you trust more? And I'll give you a good for instance. When I was younger, I had a pair of shoes that I wore them for years. And the heel started crumbling, okay? And I took them back to Nordstrom's and I said, is this normal? And I wasn't expecting anything. Like literally, I had no expectation of them. I just was like, this is a little weird. It's not like a normal heel to crumble like this. He said, oh, I am so glad you brought those in. There's a recall on them. That's a defect. We are exchanging them. Thank you so much for your time, and we apologize for any inconvenience that you may have had. And I walked out of that store with a brand new set of shoes. That's the kind of relationship that you want. Okay? That's the type of relationship that you want to build with your customers or your clients. The type of thing that says, we're going to go above and beyond. He didn't have to do that. He could have sold me another pair of shoes, and I probably would have bought another shoes. Okay? But when I looked at him and he offered this to me, it was like, guess where I'm going to buy my shoes from? Nordstrom's. Because not just because he gave me a free pair of shoes, is because he put my interest above his own. And so I challenge you that if you want to be more successful, think of a job interview. Okay, this is for all of you that if you're watching it and you want a job but you don't have a business, great. This works for you as well. Okay, how do you build your know, like, and trust? It's very easy as a job seeker. I know there's not a lot of jobs out there right now, but when the economy starts coming back, do you want to be at the top of the pile or the bottom of the pile? Okay. First and foremost, get your resume ready. Okay. What do I mean by getting your resume ready? Make sure that thing is as polished as possible. Okay. Make sure that your commas are in the right place, your periods are in the right place. Make sure that it's up to date with as current information as possible. Okay, that's first and foremost. Next, when you send your cover letter, make sure that when you write that cover letter, that it's like butter. Okay, what do I mean by butter? I mean that it's smooth and that you focus on not only the job description, but, and here's the key, solving their problems. Piece of cake. You know what their problems are. They need this job, or they need this job field. Okay. So what do you do to help that? Okay. What are you doing to fix it? And so your cover letter should speak specifically to that company about those jobs, the jobs that you're looking at. And then when you're in the interview, solve problems for them. Okay? Then when you're done with the interview, without any expectation of the actual job, okay, yes, you want the job. That's why you applied. No one's going to suggest that you don't want the job. Send a thank you card. Do you know how many people actually do that? A handwritten, "Dear Jill, hiring manager, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for the opportunity to interview for this position. I was thinking about how I might be able to solve X, Y, and Z problem for you. If you'd like to talk to me more, here is my number. Sincerely, John Doe." Guess what? Your resume is going to go to the top of the pile. I could almost guarantee it. I'm not gonna, but you get my point. Why? Because you've done something that nobody else has done. Nobody sends thank you cards, or almost nobody. Okay. And then on top of that, nobody thinks to solve a problem after the fact. Okay. So what are you doing? You're building your know, like, and trust with your future employer. Don't just treat them like another place to apply. Okay? The worst thing you can do is shotgun approach. Send out a resume to every possible company you can think of. Okay? That will get your resume put to the bottom of the pile. What will get your resume put to the top of the pile is by carefully crafting, spending time to build that relationship ahead of time. I mean, maybe even do something crazy like a video interview, right? Because guess who's doing those? Nobody. Nobody is doing video interviews. Send them a CD or a USB drive with your resume, physical, or see if you can upload a file. Just a very short get to know you type video, right? Something where they can see you, where they can feel your excitement, okay? Where they can know that you're not just like every other candidate, okay? Now, the absolute easiest way, besides those, to get a job is to look for your network. The people that already know you, that already like you, that already trust you, okay? Look to them and see if there are positions out there that can that you can fill. Because when you do those things, you're skipping ahead. That's what that is, because people will do that work for you. They'll be like, yes, I want this person on my team because we've already worked together. We've already tried to do different things. All right? So the more you build your know, like, and trust, think if every decision you do goes towards building that, will this build my know, like, and trust? Okay? When you think in those contexts, you will have all the business that you want. I guarantee it. Because at the end of the day, we do business with people we like and that we trust. We don't do business with the people that hop on our DMs and start asking us for help for something that, they want to sell us on something. Or especially like as an attorney, when people try to pitch me for services and they're like, oh, I want this for free. And it's like, well, wait a second, you came to me. It's more important that I deliver good quality services. And I can't do that if I'm doing it for free to everybody, right? So, just wanted to conclude today. I hope those of you who are watching this on the replay, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to help. Put a comment or hit like if I've delivered some value, if I've sparked an idea. If you have any more questions or if you want to talk more, feel free to reach out. My number is 619-798-6065. I'm here to help, and we'll talk to you later.